It's been a long time since I've been making videos. Woo! It's been like 3 weeks now, about almost a month. Yeah. I'm glad to be back. Out of being stubborn, because I only want to date in a venue. That's basically what I want, is a date in a venue, and then I'll start making my videos on Errol Spence, Manny Pacquiao, and Terrence Crawford. But it seemed it hasn't been going that way. All right. So before I start this video, I want to give a shout out to Box or Die, his channel, Knockout Boxing 86 TV, Tony Reviews, Rebel Life Boxing, B Marsh Boxing, Boxing After Dark with Nocturnal Thoughts, Main Man. I mean, he's not a brand new channel. He's been out for a very long time, but he's been off for a minute and he came back on. I just want to give him props that he's back up on this channel, on these channels, doing his thing, because I used to watch him a lot. So these are all new channels, and what I like about new channels, they give me different perspectives. They give me new thoughts, new voices in my head, regardless if I agree with them or disagree with them. I mean, it could be a lot of stuff that I could agree with them on, but then it could be that one thing I don't agree with them on. And then, listen, my enemies be my friends be my enemies. We could agree to disagree, but these channels here, I think you should go check them out. Agree to disagree, but they're new channels, and that's all that matters. None of these brothers came out, or nobody came to me saying, shout me out. I'm a new channel as well. I don't have a lot of subs. I have a lot of supporters, and I appreciate my supporters. Thank you very much. They're in it more than I am. You understand what I'm saying? My objective when I made these videos was because of Manny Pacquiao. My objective is when other channels that would put Manny Pacquiao down, I would come up and say, okay, I'm going to make my channel. I'm going to talk about Errol Spence, Crawford, and Manny Pacquiao. Okay? They gave me ambition, so we have to coexist. You understand what I'm saying? And I hate when people say, oh, I'm not listening to that channel because he's not listening. He's not saying what I want to hear. He's not saying what I want to hear. No, man. I listen to channels that say things that I don't want to hear. It's like a boxer, right? You ask a boxer, oh, did you see this? Did you see any of the opponent fights? And what do you say? Ah, no, I didn't see the fight. Nigga, what do you mean you never seen him fight? Or you didn't see his fight just recently? You know? And there's a lot of fuckery like that, man. There's a lot of people talking about, oh, I don't listen to his channel. And then behind the scenes, they listening and shit. Me, I listen to everybody. I listen to channels that you don't like, right? I listen to channels that I don't like, but I still listen. Because if you don't listen, you're going to always have that one-track mind. And sometimes you got to get infiltrated. Your mind got to get infiltrated to see if you're real within with yourself or what you're saying or not. So these new channels, props to them. Because we need new blood. We need new blood. Blood Boxing, that's another one. He ain't new, but I listen to him too. Okay, so these new channels, I want to give you respect because y'all spark fire in me. Y'all spark fire in me, man. And I enjoy listening to, just like I enjoy listening to all these other channels that I'll get into that gave me ambition to make my own channel. And sometimes it was mostly negative talk that gave me ambition. So you can pick a positive to a negative and a negative to a positive. That's all I'm saying. Now, let's get into this right now. Big up to those channels, man, and I hope y'all go strong. Hey, I'm here for a mission with Manny Pacquiao. That's it. But regardless, if I'm here for a long run or not, I'll be listening. I'm sitting back listening. It's been 3 weeks. I didn't make a video because I was, like I said, I was stubborn and I didn't want to make a video. And I'll give you proof what I mean. A couple weeks ago, Bob Arum came out saying, what did he say? He said that the Manny Pacquiao, this and that, is going to be an announcement. Have you heard a video from me? No. Right? I proved in one of my other videos that when I heard Bob Arum and Terrence Crawford at the Kell Brook fight, they both stand up there talking the same ish. Then I said, okay, 2 lies is better than 1. Let me put that together and make a video saying what these two people said. But if Crawford said it on the other side over there and Bob was over there and said it, I'm not making a video. If they both came together at the same place on a platform right after the Kell Brook fight and they both saying this shit, then I'll make a video. And that's what happened. I made a video about that. About them two agreeing that they had a fight out there in the Middle East. All right? Two lies. Or if it's true and it didn't work out, so be it. It did not work out. Man. So it's back to be up on this shit. You know what I'm saying? Man, it's so much to cover. But who got leverage now? Who got leverage in this game? Talk to me right now. I'm gonna talk to you who got leverage in this game. Well, Crawford got leverage and Errol Spence got leverage. Do Manny Pacquiao got any leverage? Yes and no. Yes and no. And let me explain right now. Manny Pacquiao do not have a belt. Manny Pacquiao do not have a belt. And what I mean by this, his leverage is gone. His leverage is gone. Okay? Yes, my man, listen, I make videos to say that Manny Pacquiao could beat Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. And that's why I be making these videos. Because I feel like stylistically, when Manny get in that ring, he gonna bust down these two brothers. That's it. The politics, I can't stand politics. But that's what's going through this here, making a fight. So when I talk about leverage, check out my last video in my car. I was talking all that ish, right? Talking about leverage. So let's make examples of leverage. Manny Pacquiao don't have a belt, right? There's no leverage there. Yes, he's an icon. Yes, once you step in that ring, you're making that money. Yes, that's leverage. But do he really have leverage? Because let me explain something to you. What I tell you in the last video with when I talk about Spence is like Thanos and Crawford is like the Avenger, right? Spence, he's looking to get the third stone, right? Once he get that from August, then he got his eyes towards Crawford. Now it's up to Crawford to say if he's gonna fight Errol Spence and give him the opportunity to be undisputed. All right? You can't do it. You have to have a dance partner and a dance partner with a belt. And that's what Terrence Crawford got. So if that happens, who has the leverage? Not because because unified is unified. You could be unified with 2 belts, 3 belts, 4 belts. Unified is unified. If there's a belt left over and you ain't undisputed, you got a roadblock. Right, you got a roadblock right there. So it depends on what that man is about to do and what he's going to do. Okay? He's been undisputed. Okay? He been there already. So that's what I mean by leverage. All right? Now, when it comes to Manny Pacquiao, hold on. Let's move on. Let me give an example about Manny Pacquiao and Errol Spence leverage. Well, if you know, Errol Spence been on point. He's been on point. After the accident, right? He always say he wanted Danny Garcia, Manny Pacquiao, right? Or Crawford. He beat Danny Garcia. Manny Pacquiao at the time had the belt, but he don't got the belt no more. Who got the belt? August. And what was his last text he said? Or Twitter, whatever it was, he said, you got something I want, and that's something I need. I'm going to get it from you. So now Manny Pacquiao don't have the belt no more. August got the belt. So am I mad if Spence said, back up, Manny. Back up, Manny. I'm going for my legacy. I'm going for my own legacy, and I'm going to do what I got to do to get the belt. Because I'm playing Thanos' part right now. I'm getting all the stones. So, who got leverage? Do Errol Spence got leverage over Manny Pacquiao? Do he have leverage over Manny Pacquiao? Now remember, I'm a Manny Pacquiao fan, so don't get mad, but I tell her how it is. Yes, he does. Because there's a couple things he could do. He could tell Manny, let me finish dealing with August, right? Let me finish dealing with August, and I'll get right back to you. And what happens when you have to get back to somebody? Well, in this situation, Manny Pacquiao is still going to get aged out because it's been 2 years. It's going to be 2 years. All right? So all this shit about a fight with Errol Spence on July 5th, I don't buy it and I don't believe it. I don't buy it, but I don't believe it. Okay? I'm going to leave it like that. Until I see a date and a venue, then life will go on. But Errol Spence has the choice. Like Terrence Crawford has the choice with Errol Spence on leverage. Spence got the choice to fight for a legacy fight with Manny Pacquiao, or he could go on with doing his own era and fighting Ugas and then go for Crawford. And then Crawford will have to choose if he wants that, if he's getting the right negotiations. All right? I'm hearing a lot of stuff about Crawford. He didn't sign on the dotted line with Manny Pacquiao because the negotiations wasn't fair. So it sounds like Crawford is on his square, standing on his 10 toes on the concrete about being fair with pricing and stuff. Now, these are all alleged shit that I hear. Okay, I sit back before I make a video and I listen to a lot of videos. I listen to a lot of opinions, right? And I'm trying to sit back and understand, try to be very forward and not be more on my opinions. I'm opinionated. I'm trying to put this out. So to say, listen, this is how it's going to be broken down, regardless if I know the future or not. Who has the leverage? This is the leverage game now. Always been. But we getting to the end. This is the leverage part. So when it comes to Manny Pacquiao, I'm saying to myself, what are we doing here, Manny? What are we doing? I'm not blaming you, Manny. But at the same time, what are we doing? Because you've done everything under the sun except two things. Unifying and being undisputed. I mean, basically, you never unifying and you never been undisputed. So, what are we doing here? So now, we went through Ryan Garcia, we went through Triple G, we went through this one, we went through that one. We went through all these fighters to come all the way around 360, come back to Errol Spence. Because as we remember, I always have an argument about this. When Mikey and Errol was in the ring and then this happened and Errol beat Mikey and Errol introduced Manny Pacquiao in the ring. Everybody's going to always bring this up, right? Always bring this up and say, yo, I want to make that fight. And that fight never happened, right? And everybody's saying Manny Pacquiao is scared of Errol Spence and he don't want that smoke. But in my mind, I'm like, listen. No one, Terrence Crawford, after the Danny Garcia fight, well, before the Danny Garcia, no one wanted to fight Errol Spence after his accident. Terrence Crawford didn't want to fight him after his accident, right? Am I right? I'm sorry, I must have got mixed up. After the Porter, was it? Yeah, it was after the Mackey fight. Kind of a little mixed up here. So much fuckery that's going on. It's just irritating the shit out of me, man. But no one wanted to fight Errol Spence after his tragedy, his accident. Same thing with Manny Pacquiao. He didn't want to fight him. So what happened? Spence fought Danny Garcia. Fine. Right? Now, where I go from here? Lost my thought. Hey, but I'm just going to keep going straight with it. So, no one wants to fight Errol Spence after his accident. Simple as that. So at the end of the day, let me see. I got a couple of notes here because I'm losing it sometime. All right. So at the end of the day, how do I explain this? It's all about leverage. Let me get back to leverage, and I'll get my mind of thought back. It's all about leverage. So right now, I feel Errol Spence has leverage over Manny Pacquiao because Manny Pacquiao, he lost that belt. Now, if Manny Pacquiao is petitioned to get his belt back, well, we will know that. I'll show you the facts that we will know that. How will we know that? Well, there's a fight going on with Errol and Ugas. Did that fight happen yet? I mean, it sounds like it's going to happen. I sound like a date is about to come any moment now. But that depends on Errol Spence. But like I said, if I was Errol Spence, let me tell you what I would have done if I was Errol Spence. I'm a Manny Pacquiao fan, but I'm not going to fake the funk right here. If I was Errol Spence, I got the world in my hand on this side of the street. Let me deal with that since I'm in control of that side of the street. I will go for Ugas fight. and build my own era. I'll always say that in my videos. Which one is it? Because a lot of people want to blame Manny Pacquiao for being around. A lot of people want to blame Manny Pacquiao for being around. Everybody's like, oh man, it's Manny Pacquiao's fault, but he's around, that everybody's attention's on Manny Pacquiao. But Manny Pacquiao, blood, sweat, tears, everything. He put his time, his effort to be here. He's been here longer than these dudes. These dudes been in Pampers, sucking on their mama's nipple. Come on, man. Toddlers playing with fucking Spider-Man and Hulk and action figures. Manny Pacquiao been here and done it. So I ain't trying to hear that shit, homeboy. I ain't trying to say, oh, Manny Pacquiao, man, he's just messing up the game. He's messing up these young fighters. Nah, Manny Pacquiao belongs here. And he will always belong here until he decides to retire. So kill that noise right there. Kill that noise. All right? I don't need to hear that. He deserves to be here more than Errol Spence, Crawford, or anybody of these fighters that's young need to be here. He belongs here. When he's ready to leave, he will leave. I don't tell no man when to retire. And if I did, I wouldn't have seen George Foreman. I would never see George Foreman beat more. And all the great ones that's been older than beating young fighters, I would never see it if I was short-tempered to say, oh man, you need to go. Nah, man. As a man, I tell another man to retire. Nah, I ain't having it, man. I ain't having it. So let me get all into that right now. But a lot of people is blaming Manny Pacquiao for being the carrot dwindling around all these fighters and fucking their focus on each other, and they focusing on Manny Pacquiao. But that's not Manny Pacquiao's problem. That's not Manny Pacquiao's issue. And I keep saying, one more time, if you want to blame anybody, blame Mayweather. Because just recently, Mayweather came out saying, oh, I don't fight boxers with cities, I fight boxers with countries, right? He's fighting Logan Paul, supposedly, allegedly. That fight might happen, okay? Manny Pacquiao has a country. The money's sitting right there to make a fight and tell Manny Pacquiao go bye-bye. Yeah, okay? So let's not talk about why Manny Pacquiao should leave and shit. Manny has every opportunity to stay here and be here as long as he wants. That's the bottom line. Oh, man. So Spence, if I was Spence, I would stay and fight Ugas, get that belt, and then Manny Pacquiao, you can fight at the end of the year. I mean, listen, Manny Pacquiao been all around the world. All we hear is Conor, Ryan, Triple G, this one, that one. All this time been a wasting already. It could be wasted to the end of the year more. That's the way I see it. Even though I feel Manny Pacquiao could beat Errol Spence and Terence Crawford. And this is an objective why I made these videos. Is because I want Manny Pacquiao's side for that. But on the politics side, on the era side, no one should be mad. Not even Pacquiao fans should be mad if these brothers want to build their own era and fight each other. That's it. All right, so let me go around here now. Like I said, Mayweather should have been fight Manny Pacquiao, but he did it right the first time. So that's the bullshit people want to talk about. He did the first time, did it right. He shouldn't do it the second time. Right? All right. But when I fling that shit around with Wilder and Fury, people don't want to hear that. Because to the way I see it, Wilder has every right to get a rematch. Simple as that. Now, it doesn't matter my opinions and the details. It is what it is, man. It was drawn up in a contract, and that's what it is. Okay? Oh, man. What else can I say? So, listen, at the end of the day, Crawford and Spence and Manny Pacquiao, Manny Pacquiao is really out the picture to me. Well, what I'm saying is Manny Pacquiao do whatever he wants. He doesn't have a belt. That's one. Number two, nobody needs to argue about Manny Pacquiao is disturbing and distracting these brothers because they don't got what he don't got nothing they want. but a legacy fight. But that legacy fight should be last. And the era should be first. That's the way I see it. And if y'all can't do that, and y'all worried about Manny Pacquiao, you can't blame Manny Pacquiao for that. You just can't blame Manny Pacquiao for that. He paid his dues. He paid his dues to be here. So let's get off of that bullshit about, oh, it's Manny's fault. What the fuck are you talking about? Crack right there. Crack is right there to disturb me and distract me. Should I smoke it or should I go along my way? Come on, man. Temptation's right there for me. Naked and ready in the bed for me. Should I take it or go about my way? Come on, man. Stop playing with me, man. It's all a money thing. The money's right there on the table. Should I take it or should I move on? Good money or bad money? It's my freaking opinion. It's my thought. It's the way I think. Okay? So this is that blaming Manny because he's here. Oh, I want him to leave. I want him to leave. Man, Manny, I think you should just leave, man. Man, I think you should just leave, bro. You just, Okay, let's say he left. Can these motherfuckers get it together anyway? Can they get it together anyway? Come on. Let's say Spence gets his 3 belts, right? He gets his 3rd belt. Be back to negotiations. Are we back to negotiations, yes or no? And if Crawford don't want to do it, hey. Now, do I ever see a fight with Manny Pacquiao and Crawford? Yeah, I can see a fight with Manny Pacquiao and Crawford. If Bob Arum's not in it, listen. Let me talk about leverage right now. I want to talk about leverage right now. Crawford got leverage over Bob Arum. And let me explain this. If Bob Arum is not doing what he said he was going to do and get Crawford and Manny Pacquiao in the ring, which Bob Arum don't really have too much power in that. I'll get to that. But if he can't, and his shit is up in October, Crawford's contract with Bob Arum's up in, he could leave Bob Arum with that belt. He could leave Bob Arum with that belt. You know that belt that everybody say that's a Bob Arum belt? He could leave, be a free agent, go with the PBC. He could do whatever he want because he got the belt. You see how Lopez, he got all the belts and he put Bob Arum back against the wall? You know what I'm saying? Regardless of whatever I think about Teofimo Lopez, I'm just talking about the situation. About when you got the belts, you got to flex your muscle. When there's struggle, that's when you flex your muscle. So I ain't trying to hear all this shit, right? We're talking about leverage in this video. And the leverage is Crawford got leverage over Bob Arum. If Bob Arum can't get him what the money he wants for his next fight, in-house fight could be, what's this guy name? Ramirez and Josh Taylor, the winner of that. It could be another free agent. What's this guy name? I'm all over the place, man. I'll get to his name later. But listen, at the end of the day, if Bob Arum wants that belt with Top Rank, he got to do what he got to do with Terrence Crawford. Regardless, if he wants to say all this shit about Terrence Crawford, regardless if he don't like Terrence Crawford, he's got to respect it and kind of get that and kind of keep that belt on his side. And if not, put the belt on my back and I'm bouncing with the belt. And that's the end. So Bob Arum is kind of in a little stressful mode himself right now. Little stressful mode. So I guess the next fight, regardless if it's because most of the time I think it's going to be an in-house fight. He's going to have to give Crawford top of the line money in order for him to stay around. If it ain't happening, skedaddle Crawford and take that belt with you. And I'll be so happy because I'm tired of Bob Arum that damn belt. I am tired of him, man. I'm tired of him. So if it going to happen, let it be, man. So this is what I'm talking about, leverage. All right? Manny Pacquiao, do he have leverage in this game? No and yes. But right now, it depends on what the mouthpiece of Errol Spence is going to say and the chess move that Errol Spence is going to make. Is he going to say, I love you, Manny. I know if I fight you, I'm going to make a whole heap of money. I'm going to make a whole heap of money, right? And I'm going to have a legacy name. But I got an era to attend to. And you're going to always be there. Remember my last video when I told you about Mike Tyson and Roy Jones, and they 55, and look at the ratings. They did better than Wilder and Fury and Canelo and Errol Spence, and how they did so much at the age of 55. And I said Manny Pacquiao could retire right now, and he could come back at 55 and he'll still make money. So it is what it is, man. But if I was Errol Spence, I would tend to my era and attend to what your goal is. Your goal is to be undisputed at 147. That's your goal. That's it. I'm a Manny Pacquiao fan. I'm a Pactor. I admit it. But there's some common sense to this shit too, man. So when Manny Pacquiao lost his belt, there's nothing to talk about. He lost his leverage. Simple as that. Simple as that. He lost his leverage. Now, like I said, if he petitioned and he gets it back, well, then I can see Errol Spence saying, I need to fight Manny Pacquiao because he got his belt back. But we will soon come to find out that situation. Why is it taking so long that Errol Spence and August is making it? Is it because of the petition? It don't have to be said. We could tell by how time is taking it too so long for this shit to happen. Is it for the petition? Is Manny Pacquiao holding up that situation? And if he is, he has every right to. Because you could petition for shit. That's it. He didn't lose the belt, right? He lost it, but he didn't lose it, right? Come on, man. We got to make common sense in between the lines, man. You got to make common sense in between the lines. And at the end of the day, I'm going to give you leverage right now. Errol Spence, not Manny Pacquiao, okay? Errol Spence and Boots, I'm moving a little ahead. Errol Spence and Crawford is losing leverage as time goes by because we got somebody, man, like Boots behind their back. Boots Ennis behind their back. Virgil Ortiz. All these new up-and-coming fighters are coming, and they are up against them. Now, Errol Spence, and there's no way to run it high. You want to go up to 154, fine. All y'all want to move up, fine. But Boots, he can move up too. So your time is running out. It's either you get this shit done now and get as much as you can and get it as you can now. Because these young brothers, they're coming up. And they're running up on you. And the same predicament, that's what I always say. I remember Thurman, right? Once upon a time, Thurman. Everybody's making all these things. Oh, he's scared of Spence. He don't want to fight Spence. Now, are we going to get the same attitude from Errol Spence when it comes... Is he going to act like Thurman when it comes to Boots? Yo, same bullshit, different faces. Don't get this shit twisted. Same bullshit, different faces. Survival of the fittest. Everybody got a time slot. And everybody's trying to get as much needed to get done in that time slot. Once they get it done, this is what is this, Father Time? This is Mother Nature. The new young bucks that got talent. They trying to push y'all old fucking lines to the side, man. Regardless if you think not everybody's special like Manny Pacquiao. Not everybody's special like George Foreman. Not everybody's special like B-Hop. Okay? Not everybody's special like some fighters could go far along. Right? Not all. And if you're not in that, if you know you ain't built like that, you got a time slot. Fucking spin. You got a time slot. You got a time slot to do what you got to do. So Crawford and Errol Spence, leverage is coming on the part of Boots and these other young fighters. Step the fuck aside. Because the way I see it, I getting pissed, man. I'm getting so pissed. I'm to the point where everybody's wondering why you can do this, where you can't do this, why we can't do. I got solutions. I got solutions to a lot of shit. Like, if these brothers don't want to do what they're supposed to do, ignore them. Ignore them, bro. And I'm talking to all these channels out here. Ignore Errol Spence, ignore Crawford. Ignore them. Talk about Virgil and Boots and everybody else that's up and coming. And you watch. They'll be crying for attention. They'll be crying. I'll be like, I ain't giving you no attention. You know where I'm going to get attention? When you give me a date in a venue. Give me a date in a venue, then I give you all the attention in the world. But no. You know who the real promoters are, nigga? We are the promoters. All these guys, the LDBC, or what, YD, whatever you want to call them, right? I got respect for them. They are promoting. Then you got other channels that's promoting. Okay, regardless if I like them or not, I respect them. That's it, because we got to coexist. And just like Mayweather said, good or bad, you're watching me. Either you're on my side or you're not on my side, you want to see me fall, you're watching me. We're doing more promoting than the promoters. That's why I said you don't need the middleman. You do not, these networks do not need a middleman. And the middleman is holding up the fights because they know they got a cash cow with a zero and they don't want it to let it go. So I got solutions. But is everybody on board with the solution? No. But we hear the channels, the old channels, the new channels that even has less than 1,000 subscribers. We got the leverage to talk about who the fuck we want to talk about. And we ain't getting this for it. And the promoters are like, yeah, let's just put false narratives. Let's clout chase. Let's do this. Let's do that. And let these suckers talk about it. I'm sorry, that's how I feel the promoters think about us. And let them promote our fights. I'm sorry, man. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm right. I'm just going by my thoughts. You know, I'm just going by my thoughts. Maybe you sitting there laughing at me like, this nigga don't want to talk. Man, hey, I'd rather don't know what I'm talking about and just express what I'm saying than just sitting there having it in a cell in my brain. We are the promoters. We promote this 365 days a year, every day. When do the promoters promote their fucking fights? Right before the fight's about to happen. Come on, man. Who got leverage? But who don't know how to use their leverage? I want to be talking about it. That's why I said I didn't make a video for the last month or 3 weeks. Because I want to do the video. I want to hear nothing from the promoter. I want to hear from this person. All you have to do is hear somebody say, oh, Tank Davis' trainer said that fight might happen. And then it goes right down the grapevine. It goes down like the web. It just goes. And everybody just makes a video about it. We promoting false narratives. You come around. You see where I'm coming from. Yo, I got so much solutions, man. But you have to have people on board for solutions. You have to have a whole people to agree on a solution. I would say, listen, I ain't talking about aerospace, man. Once you show that you ain't showing no kind of response or you don't care about these brothers and you over here talking about Boots, Virgil, Speedy Rashid, Oscar Valdez, Benavidez, you talking about all these new fighters and you leaving these cats alone over here and they ain't doing nothing for us, which it should be doing in this time slot, but they ain't doing it. They ain't doing it. Watch how they'll get their shit together. Come on, man. I'm not the biggest boxing educated fan, but I'm gonna talk what I think and how I feel. And this is what I feel, man. And that's why I've been so stubborn to make a video for the last month. Cause I'm like, yo, man, I'm not believing the hype until I see it. But I had to make a video, man. I had to make a video because it's all about leverage, man. And this is what it is. So if I hear that, oh, Errol Spence might fight Manny Pacquiao in June, July, or whatever. Do I care? No, I don't fucking care. I don't care two fucking bits about that shit. Unless it happened. No, I'm not gonna say, well, you know, he ducked him. Manny Pacquiao was in the ring and he ducked Errol Spence. He don't want that smoke. He ain't built that way. Nigga, what the fuck are you talking about? Manny Pacquiao been built like this, man. Manny Pacquiao been built. Yo, he wants to fight Crawford, right? For the belt. Someone that never been in an accident. Don't have no excuses of being in an accident, right? Called pound for pound. He's called pound for pound, right? So why is he so worried about, why are people worried about he don't want, you know, I'm going to get straight up point, man. Do I feel that fight, not because I feel Manny Pacquiao ain't got a backbone to fight Errol Spence, okay? Because I'm getting mixed emotions, mixed feelings, because sometimes I hear Manny Pacquiao do a tweet talking about Errol Spence looks slow. Nigga, if he looks slow, take the fight. But, and then I say, well, why did Manny Pacquiao have to go around the world to find opponents, or opponents are finding him? And why he had to go over there with Bob Arum to make business, right? To make business and over there in the Middle East, where in the Middle East, Manny Pacquiao's promotion company with McGregor, with Adi Attar and the Middle East, they have more connections than Bob Arum, right? Who's trying to make the fight? Adi Attar with the Middle East and his companions over there, or is it Bob Arum talking? So it's a lot of speculation and details that I don't want to get into, man. And I don't care. Just give me a date and venue, man. Just give me a date and venue. And I'm saying to myself, this is another opinion that I might be cuckoo and Cocoa Puff in my mind. It don't make any sense to me. But I'm saying to myself, why is he going all the way around the world and Errol Spence is right there? But you say Errol Spence is slow. But you say this and that. And and Manny Pacquiao, I'm not saying that Manny Pacquiao is scared of Errol Spence, because no, he's not. No, he's not. Okay? But I'm thinking there's roadblocks within the same side of the street. Let me ask you a question. Mayweather. The fight with Manny Pacquiao and Keith Thurman. Who stepped in the ring before the fight? If I recall, if it's that fight. But any fight on that side of the street, PBC, with Manny Pacquiao, Mayweather steps in the ring and he shows his appearance. And he shows that, listen, I'm the head nigga in charge of this fight, man. I'm part of this. I'm Mayweather Promotions. Manny Pacquiao works for me. All right? I'm the head nigga in this fight. All right? I'm going to step in here, hold my jewelry, the ropes up, come in, walk around, right? And show people my appearance to show you that, listen, this fight's going on, but I'm part of it. I'm part of the fight, man. That's all I'm saying. You know, and my last videos before, I said it's never over between Manny Pacquiao and Mayweather. It never was. Regardless, the fight is not here now. And then y'all wonder why Manny's so stubborn to leave the fucking fight, leave boxing. He still wants that fight. Now, I don't know if Mayweather and Al Heyman promised him a fight with Mayweather in the future, if he came over to the side and he got jacked and he got duped for that, and it doesn't matter. He beat fighters he beat fighters. And he beat fighters that I wouldn't see if I took your advice and say that he should have retired. He beat Broner, he beat Matisse, he beat Vargas, he beat Keith Thurman. Regardless of all the details, he beat them. He beat them. Matisse he did on his own. He did that fight on his own. But I'm just saying, come on, man. Is there more? There's more on one side that I'm not knowing. Because if Mayweather has a part in a fight with Errol Spence and Manny Pacquiao, do Mayweather really want him to have that fight? Think about that shit. Roadblocks. Do Mayweather really want Manny Pacquiao to have that fight with Errol Spence? Can Al Heyman and Mayweather have a discrepancy about that fight? I'm just bringing shit up. I'm just putting thoughts out there that no one else is saying. Because I don't understand how you from here on the same side of the street with Errol Spence, and then you come all the way over here with Manny, what do you call it, to fight Crawford in Middle East. I'm just saying, maybe he's decent, because Manny Pacquiao ain't no fucking ducker. Okay, he ain't ducking. Okay, and Manny Pacquiao, you ain't got nothing left but undisputed and unified. Unified, undisputed, right? And if you came back at 55 to fight, everybody used to be making money. No matter what age, from here to now on, and I got proof because I keep saying Mike Tyson, John Jones, Holyfield. And I'm not just saying this, the numbers are saying it. The pay-per-view numbers are saying it. So if Manny Pacquiao for everlasting has money coming towards him and fights, exhibition fights, what is this? What are we talking? Is it we talking about unified, undisputed? That's all we talking about. So what I'm seeing is Mayweather. Manny Pacquiao want to fight Errol Spence. I don't want to be a part of that. Why? Undisputed. Undisputed. Unified. Or just being unified. Or I'll give you the big picture. Because at the end of the day, what Mayweather's doing just the same thing that Manny Pacquiao's doing is showing who hands up are last. Who hands up at last? You know the word everlasting? Who hands up are everlasting in your brain, in my brain, in everybody else's brain to say that, nigga, I did this last. I'm on top. I'm on top. Yeah, I understand Mayweather beat Manny Pacquiao. But Manny Pacquiao beat Mayweather and all the things that he did. 8 division. 5 lineal. The oldest welterweight champion. 4 decades. Okay, so these are 2 legends. They 2 legends. They 2 legends. They 2 icons, man. This is icon status. This is God status. This is icon status within boxing. But at the end of the day, they're still at competition with each other. That's how I feel. I could be wrong, man. But I just see, I'm reading between the lines about why they're going over here and he's not going over there. I mean, he fought Thurman, he fought Broner. It was all curry and everything was nice, right? It wasn't that much of a threat. Yeah, he got a belt, but it wasn't much of a threat for Mayweather either. I don't care. I'm putting this shit out here, man. It wasn't such a threat for Mayweather either, but undisputed or unified, you're going to put that in your resume and your accolades to push your agenda to say, listen, I'm here, I'm fighting boxers, Mayweather over here fighting YouTubers and this and that's when people will scratch their heads and say, man, why Mayweather didn't just take the fight with Manny Pacquiao? He would have knocked 2 birds with 1 stone. He still make 100 more than 100 million. He could make 100 million, right? And then he get Manny Pacquiao out of here. Regardless if he win or lose, Manny Pacquiao won't be in this era of Errol Spence and Crawford. Knock 2 birds with 1 stone, but nobody want to hear that. Nobody don't want to hear that. You know what? They're sheep. They can't come up with their own ideas. They just get a narrative and then go along with the narrative over and over and over again. And based on that narrative, man, I'm thinking out the box, man. This shit is box or die, nigga. This is box or die. You gotta think out the box, okay? These is nocturnal thoughts after dark, brother. This is what I'm talking about, man. Having thoughts and just putting it out there, regardless if you look like a fool, if you look like you have all the sense in the world, or people think that you're crazy. It doesn't matter, man. It doesn't matter. You got to think out of this. You got to think, man. And maybe I'm wrong. I don't care. Listen, based on the analytics of my numbers, the subscribers are from Philippines. USA is catching up. But before I started, all my Filipinos was because I'm a big Manny Pacquiao supporter. But don't get this twisted. I love to talk about the facts and the opinions and mythical shit like a pound for pound talk. And if it's right or it's wrong, it doesn't matter. If I look a fool, fine, I look like a fool. But I'm just wondering about Mayweather and him having promotions within his fights with Manny Pacquiao and being a top dog. And this fight with Errol Spence. So that's one thing. But like I said, man, this is 43 minutes. Let me just get this shit over with. I would love to see the fight with Crawford and Spence. That's not negotiable. I want to see that. All right. And would the time be like Mayweather and Pacquiao? About 5 years this might take, or maybe 3 or 4 years? Because we've been talking about this for how many years now? I can't remember. You answer me and you put it in the comments. How many years we've been talking about Spence and Crawford? Is it coming up to that mark of 5 years? I don't know. I can't remember. I can't recall. I don't want to fucking recall. Right? So that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So, man, like I said, Main Man, Boxer Died, Knockout Boxing 86, Tony Reviews, Rebel Light Boxing, B-Marsh Boxing, Boxing After Dark with Nocturnal Thoughts. Y'all keep grinding and pushing. They doing more than I'm doing. They're reporting on the news every day. I just come and do my thing and I be out, man. And when I have the time to do it, and I do it every day, and after Manny Pacquiao, regardless if he fights Errol Spence or Crawford, he fights Mikey and then calls it quits. Hey, he did a lot. So it's not like I win and I lost. I didn't lose anything. If he didn't fight the only thing I lost that I didn't see the fight with Errol Spence and Crawford. Between these two with Manny Pacquiao. That's it. But other than that, he did way more than I expected. I'm not going to be mad at Manny Pacquiao if he doesn't fight. But at the same time, time isn't wasting. What are you going to do, Manny? If you're going to do something, do it. Right? But that's as a fan. But these boxers, Manny ain't got no belt. Yes, Manny's a temptation for money, but that's your choice. That's your choice. That's not Manny's choice. Manny has the right to be here. That's your choice. You want the money or you want the legacy? I mean, you want the money or you want your era? That's it. You want your era. Errol Spence, go for your era. And if you're going for your era and you beat Ugas and you get the ring, the belt, and Crawford is not negotiating with you to make the fight, well, then I'll say go fight Manny Pacquiao if Manny Pacquiao want to fight you. That's it. Because you also have to have certain names under you still got to have these accolades like Crawford has accolades. That's all I'm saying, man. Shit, bro. I'm out of here, man. I got shit to do.